Paranormal South Africa is shot on a low budget and by people with low self-esteem and an even lower IQ. On the last episode of Paranormal South Africa, we saw how Sebastian was kidnapped by a ninja after a case of mistaken identity. Well, truth be told, Stefanos sold him out.
Okay, that guy down there, that's Stefanos Papadopoulos.
The last we saw of Sebastian was of him being loaded into the trunk of a car and then flown out of the country. So where was he? And what happened to him?
Right, so at last we have the infamous Stefanos Papadopoulos in our hands. Let's get a look at him then. Merda, you idiota! That person looks nothing like Papadopoulos. I told you not to hire a discount ninja. Take this puntura and sell him to the highest bidder. At least we can try and get some money out of this.
Hi loyal viewers, it's me, Sebastian de Souza. Now, you're probably wondering where I've been for the last couple of weeks. As you know, an attempt was made to kidnap my producer and dear friend Stefanos. Now, I put up a brave fight, but due to some misunderstanding, I was kidnapped instead. These kidnappers flew me out of the country. When they realized their mistake, they attempted to recoup their losses by selling me into slavery. Naturally, I could not let this stand. So, using all of my training, I rearranged their chakras, switching their yin-yang and dislocating their chi. This left them vulnerable to my psyops tactics.
But how did Sebastian really escape?
He's driving me patsu. Just take him and dump him out on the street.
Using my navigational skills, I was immediately able to tell that I was in a foreign country. It was either France or possibly Hong Kong. Hard to tell. Now on my own, I found myself in need of funds, and there was only one way I knew of to get them quickly. Busking. So, I went to a nearby restaurant and I began to sing.
Chanson yo mood. I need money.
It worked out really well. I was barely through the first few verses before the manager came outside, gave me €100 and asked if I wouldn't mind going to sing at their competitor's restaurant instead, which I think was very generous of them. As soon as I had enough money, which only took me about 2 hours, I decided to call Stefanos. I had no way of knowing if they'd double back for him. I had to make sure he was okay. Unfortunately, all I got was a message saying that the number no longer exists. This is a worrying predicament, but Stefanos is a tough guy, and I'm sure he can handle himself. My mission was to sort myself out. After a bit of investigation, I found that the cheapest and easiest way to get myself back home was to post myself through a courier service. As soon as I got home, my first concern was to go check on Stefanos. I went round to his flat, but he wasn't there. Neither was the flat. My inquiries turned up nothing. It was as if Stefanos never existed. Maybe he never did. Maybe he was a ghost. But don't lose hope. I'll be here again next week to take you through the unexplained and weird world of South Africa. Until then, like, share, comment, subscribe, and tune in with me, Sebastian de Souza, signing off.
But what has happened to Stefanos? Well, it appears that he owes money to the Italian Mafia, the Yakuza, the Triads, the Russian Mafia, the Salvation Army, and the Girl Guides Association. So he's decided to lay low until things cool down. Currently he's living in a pre-owned cave in the Tora Bora Mountains, and he's in disguise. He says that his current location is safe because the previous tenant lived in the cave for some time and he was never discovered. He says that he will return at some future time.